closest.
Hi guys, welcome to your library at home. Tonight we are going to be baking scones. Hopefully you guys are there watching. Let me know if you're here. I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite scone recipe. I'm going to be making cranberry orange scones. However, this recipe is pretty user friendly, so you can go ahead and add whatever you'd like to add to it. So basically, what we're going to start with is, I'm going to turn this down, wait, really quickly. If you guys are watching, let me know you're here. I'm going to show you some of the scones that I made today. We have, I'm sorry, moving the camera so you can, oh, that was kind of wiggly there. We've got some chocolate chip blueberry scones, and we also have some ham and cheese and mozzarella and Italian seasoning scones. So, do you like my apron? It's my favorite apron. Okay, so what we're gonna do to get started is, see, this is weird because I'm gonna try to move you guys down a little bit more. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. There you go. Okay, we are gonna start with 2½ cups of flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to use my handy dandy little Gail Borden mixing spoon. You're just going to mix that up. All right. It's going to get really messy. And by the way, I washed my hands right before we got it started. You can come over if you want and get some scones afterwards. They'll be here. Of course, they'll be on the porch because we're social distancing. Okay, so we are going to take 1/3 cup of butter and cut it up into little pieces. So I cut it in 4s, and then I just go through and cut it up in little pieces. You can use a pastry, I forget what they're called, where you put it in there like when you use for pie crust, but I actually don't mind. This is where it gets messy. Now you're just going to crumble your butter right into your flour mixture until it becomes kind of crumbly. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's starting to crumble in the butter. So you're going to mix that all up until all your butter pieces are mixed into your flour mixture. This part takes a little bit of time, but it's actually kind of fun. So mix it all up. And once it's, you'll be able to tell, I don't think you guys can see from the picture, but once you start mixing it all up, it kind of just becomes little crumbles. So I've got all my butter mixed in. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick because your hands get pretty messy. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to put my extras in right now. Well, actually I will. I'll go ahead. Now is when you would mix in whatever you want. So I've got some orange. So I just peeled an orange on my cheese grater. And I've got some cranberries, which I like to make my cranberry pieces a little bit smaller. So you're going to want to cut those up a little bit. If you guys can see me. Turned out my lighting in here was pretty bad. So cut up your cranberries into little pieces. And you're going to want to mix those in. I typically take my batter and split it in half, and I will do like chocolate chip. Actually, I'm going to throw some chocolate chip in. We're going to try something a little different. So now I've got some cranberry, orange, chocolate chip scones. So mix this up. So your mix-ins are mixed in with your flour mixture. Okay, now you're going to make a well, which is like a little hole in the center of your flour mixture. We're going to add 2 eggs. going to want to beat your eggs. Ooh, almost got an eggshell in there. I did get an eggshell in there. Imagine that. Okay, we're just going to get that eggshell out. We're going to beat this up. We're going to mix this in 3/4 cup, half and half. Stir this up. Can you guys still hear me? Touching? Pour that in the center. There you go. And then you're going to mix this up. You don't want to over mix this. About 10 to 12 times. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot to get myself out? Some extra flour. Hold on one second, because we need extra flour. Be right back. Of course, my flour is on the very top shelf. Hi, Melissa. Okay, so got my flour mixed up. You don't want to over mix this because that's when your scones get kind of tough. This also isn't a very overly sweet scone recipe. So if you wanted to, instead of adding chocolate chips or cranberries, you can go ahead and add, I wanted to do spinach and feta cheese, but my kids actually ate the spinach, which I guess technically is a good thing, but I couldn't make you spinach. I also wanted to try sun-dried tomato and mozzarella because I thought that would be really good. Okay, so here you have your mixture, which doesn't look extremely pretty just yet. We're going to take a little flour and we're just going to make this into a circle. It's pretty wet right now, which is fine. It's more sticks to your hands than anything else. You don't want to get it too dry because then your scones will be kind of tough. So what you want to do is make a circle. Now I like my scones a little bit on the smaller side. So instead of a circle, I'm actually going to turn this into like a square. So there's a lot of scones on my hands. Do you see that? So I'm just going to go ahead and take some flour, kind of get that off, pat it down. I'm going to make this so it's about a ½ inch thick, but the more you make scones, you can kind of decide how you like yours. I don't like mine real big, honestly. Just like my cookies, I like small chocolate chip cookies so that I can eat more and not feel so bad about it. All right, so there we've got kind of a square. I'm gonna wash my hands again real quick. If I wasn't live and I wasn't doing this in front of you guys, I probably would have taken some flour and scraped it off my hands. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut this in like thirds. Flatten this out so I can get one more chunk over here. Okay, and then we'll go like this. This is where you can tell they're nice and homemade because they are not going to be perfect sizes. I don't mind that because that way you can tell they were homemade. All right, so now we've got a bunch of little rectangles. You're gonna put them on a not greased pan. I always go ahead and do parchment paper about 1 inch apart. So I think you guys probably get the idea. If they stick to your pan, just get a little bit of flour, again, on your fingers, and then just shape them. So once you get them all in your pan, you're gonna wanna bake them for 400 for about 10 to 12 minutes. You wanna bake them until the bottom is browned. Okay, now we're gonna go to our already baked scones. And I'm going to show you guys how to do the best part, in my opinion, is the drizzle. So here's my chocolate chip scones. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Forgot to show you one thing. Back to the scones. Before you put them in the oven, you want to brush them. I don't have my brush in front of me, so I'm just going to take a little bit of milk. You want to put a little bit of milk on top of them if you're making sweet scones. And sprinkle them with a little bit of sugar, or a lot of sugar. It's not a very sweet scone recipe, so totally up to you guys. After you make them a couple times, you'll decide how much sugar you want on the top. Okay. So I have melted butter. I'll share with you guys the recipe if you want in the comments. I have a little bit of orange juice. Actually, I had Luca get me the orange juice. You want about 2 tablespoons of orange juice with your butter. And you want powdered sugar. And here we're going to make a drizzle. I have a feeling that's not enough powdered sugar in there. So, where'd my powdered sugar go? I almost had everything ready for you guys. Okay, now add a little bit more powdered sugar. So it's kind of, I like it a little on the thick side. I think there was way too much butter in this, but a little butter. A little too much butter never hurts anybody. All right, so once you get this to a consistency, try not to make a really, really loud noise. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Heike. Hi, Emma. Hi, Myra. Hi, Terry. It's really hard for me to see you guys because the iPad is really on an angle. Okay, so you want to get this to a consistency so that it kind of pours off. This is a little thick now, maybe a tiny bit too much. But what we want to do, normally I would do this on a drying rack so the drizzle would drip over, but we put that away. So now you just go ahead and drizzle this on top. It's a little bit thick. Let's see if there's a little bit more orange juice left. Okay. Not the prettiest right now, like I said. A little too thick. Ooh, that one was good. This is my favorite part, but I like the sweet on top. So, here's my chocolate chip ones with the drizzle. I'm going to put some on the blueberry because I'm snacking after this, guys. These are my blueberry scones. See how pretty those are? Those were from earlier. I'm going to show you two really quickly. See how the bottom's a little browned? So if mine actually took about 14 minutes to bake. All right. And there you have it. Chocolate chip, blueberry scones. My favorite recipe, like I said, if you guys, yes, these are the scones that used to be sold in the library. Thanks for asking. I'm so glad you were a big fan. Yes, I used to bake them at the library and then sell them nice and warm and yummy fresh. So this is kind of fun. I haven't made scones in a while, but this is my basic recipe. Like I said, you can do chocolate chip, you can do lemon, blueberry, cranberry, orange, my favorite. This time we're baking cranberry orange with chocolate chip. I used to make, which was really good, dill Havarti with ham. The best. Anyways, I hope you guys like this. I hope you guys are baking. If you bake some scones and you try something different, comment, let me know. And if you're interested, I can post in the comments the recipe, and then you guys let me know. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys will be eating scones for breakfast tomorrow. And I will see you guys Monday night if you want, where we're going to be making faux metal flowers. So thanks for watching, guys. Hi, Beth. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you on Monday. Enjoy the weather this weekend. Bye.